Hello, entrepreneurs. Welcome to episode number 104 of Entrepreneur Fundamentals. My name is Robert Bitto. I'm going to talk a little bit about something someone said to me almost 25 years ago. I was just out of school. I was 24 years old. I had a bachelor's degree and two master's degrees because I thought having more education would make me a better person and more marketable. I found that wasn't to be true, but anyway, I was working as a temp for about a year before I got a real job. And I bounced around from temp assignment to temp assignment. And at every temp assignment, I was Mr. Self-Promotion. And I had resumes, I had my whole elevator speech ready for people, whatever. You never know who you're going to meet, and you tell them about yourself or whatever. Yes, I'm a temp, but I've done this, and this. So I went to one temp assignment, and there was one secretary, a clerical worker who was working the front desk, who really wouldn't have anything about what I was saying. And she was sitting there smacking her gum, and she said to me, college boy, the world don't owe you nothing. And I looked at her like, huh, what? I went to school. Part of the deal was you go to school, you get out of school, and you have these degrees, and they're the golden keys that open the doors for you, and then you buy a house, get married, have 2.5 kids, a dog, and a white picket fence, and all of that stuff. That's part of the bargain, right? You give up 4, 6, 7 years of your life, and you get these papers. The papers say you're qualified, and then there, the world falls at your feet. Well, the world don't owe you nothing. I thought, well, that can't be right. She went off talking about how I was just a temp after all of that stuff that I went through, and she had herself a good job with benefits for herself and her kid, and she was gonna make $10 an hour next month or something. Her raise would kick in or whatever. And I'm thinking, yeah, right, okay, fine, what does she know? But I've thought about that phrase for a long time, and she was right. The world doesn't owe you anything. And I apply this to entrepreneurship because a lot of entrepreneurs say the same thing that college kids do. They say, I put in the time, I did this, this, and this, so therefore I get the reward. I have a beautiful store, I have a great website, and so why isn't the world knocking on my door? Because that's not the way it works. And we've been sold a bill of goods that comes from college because, universities want you to attend. So how do they get you to attend? They tell you that without coming here, without the keys to the kingdom, you can't enter the kingdom. Well, we all know at this point that this is not true. And it is the most untrue that it has ever been in our culture. 50, 60 years ago, fine, maybe that would have worked. But now a degree doesn't mean anything. But back to entrepreneurship, I used to think too, when I had my store, it was beautiful, people would compliment me, I won awards, all of this stuff. And then I was wondering, why isn't anyone coming in here? Why am I not having the sales that I expected, and why am I not making more and more money? And then I started to blame other people because I had that mindset that the secretary cautioned me against. The world don't owe you nothing. And you put in the work or you set up something or whatever, you're only doing part of it. You have to hustle and you have to provide value. That's the bottom line. Okay, I went to school for 6.5 years and I got all those degrees. Maybe I got the wrong degrees. Maybe if I put my time into medicine or some other field, I would have walked out of the doors of the university and immediately had a job. So doing things doesn't necessarily guarantee you a certain outcome if you follow a certain path. And entrepreneurs tend to think, I put in all this work, I deserve something for that work. Well, you're not punching a clock, and the world don't owe you nothing. You have to provide value to the world. And I've talked about that before. If you don't provide value, then you're not going to make a living. And you have to constantly reassess that. You have to constantly look at that and say, hey, you know what? What can I be doing better? What can I be doing differently? What do I need to make things better? Constantly, you have to constantly look at yourself and what you're doing. And the world doesn't owe you anything. You've got to make it on your own. I don't know. It can't get any bit more basic than that. But that's it for today. Thank you once again for your attention. And remember to like and subscribe, tell your friends, and remember to always work hard, and may all of your entrepreneurial dreams come true.